Today is our third and final episode covering 100 depth custom tactics. Today is going to be the good old house favourite, the 4-3-2-1. Let's get into it. Now, the reason we're covering the 4-3-2-1 is simply because I know a lot of you guys use this formation. This is the one tactic out of the three that I am not using moving forward. I did go undefeated with these, so I know they work. I know they're really formatted perfectly to utilise the 100 depth. So if you want 100 depth 4-3-2-1 custom tactics, set them up exactly like this. However, me personally, just for the sake of being transparent, I do love the 4-2-3-1 as a starter and the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow as a more offensive variant. Both linked in the description below if you missed out on those. But for this one, defensive style balanced, defensive width 20, depth 100. Keeping this the same, this is just what works in my opinion. For the build-up play chance creation, not the balanced direct passing that you see everyone using a 4-3-2-1. Fast build-up possession, it is the best combination in the game. I won't hear it any different. I don't care what a pro says, I don't care what anyone says. They haven't tried it. Try this, you will love it. Offensive width is 30, exactly the same reason we used it with the narrow. It's just to get the options in the middle of the pitch as we drop it to the 30 width there. It just emphasises passing options in the middle. And then players in the box is 6, just to get a nice balance between build up and players forward. And then corners and free kicks, just go with whatever your personal preference is. Now I'm going to make the instructions real quick because there's not too much different going on here to a standard 4-3-2-1, so you'll have heard a lot of this before. The front three are balanced, the left forward is come back, the left centre mid and middle centre mid are stay back cover centre, and then our right centre mid is balanced. However, I do use drift wide on the positioning freedom. I've just been enjoying how the right centre mid occupies more of that space that's left on the right hand side. I also use this in the narrow tactics that we put up. It works really well, and I just really like the positions they take up with the drift wide on there. So that is what we're going for. It's formatted with this person here on come back and this person here on the right centre mid spot on balanced, with these two on stay back cover centre to create a 4-4-2 defensive shape. As a lot of you guys will know, the right back is stay back overlap, just so they don't commit forward. They are there to distribute the ball long. They are the Tom Brady, sending it through to the overlapping wing back. Now, it is still on overlap just because if we want to manually trigger them forward, we want them covering the byline. We don't want them tucking in. There is lots of players already in the middle of the park for this formation. And then, as we just alluded to, with there being an overlapping wing back, that is going to be our left back. They are balanced overlap, and the way they can link up with the very heavy congested midfield that you get with a 4-3-2-1 with that fast build-up possession combination, it's an absolute dream to play with. Those of you that I know have already tried the fast build-up possession combo from some of my other videos, you've all come back saying how almost annoyed you are that you've discovered it this late from me finding it late. But honestly, everyone that's tried it has loved it, and I urge you guys to try it as well. Don't just throw balanced direct passing on this. Don't go for that stale robotic football. Go fast build up possession and have some fun. It's really, really good, and it is no different on the 4-3-2-1. It works an absolute treat. As for the centre-backs and goalkeeper, they, of course, are all just on the default. Next, I'll just show you guys a few of the goals that I scored with the formation, just so you can get an idea of how it plays in game. Obviously, the difference between this and a normal 4-3-2-1 is just how aggressive the press is, meaning there is an onus on you to manually track runners. As long as you're doing that, you're going to have an absolute field day with it. I do still think the 4-2-3-1 I put up is the most balanced, and this is kind of an in-between of the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow and the 4-2-3-1 in terms of how offensive it is. If you are a confident defender, though, you can absolutely start with this, and you're just going to score tons of goals, because the 4-3-2-1, with the way it's shaped and the combination of instructions and tactics we've put on this, like, you can't not have success with it on the attack. It works absolutely perfectly. And obviously, for those of you that haven't heard, in FC25, this formation is getting altered. Some people are saying removed, but to my knowledge, the centre forwards are getting changed to cams, which obviously puts a differential on the sort of things you can do with the positions. They're also removing instructions, which adds another layer of weirdness to it, but we'll cover more FC25 stuff as time goes on. But as far as these tactics go, personnel-wise, it's your usual 4-3-2-1 sort of setup. If you want an aerial plus person, put them as the wide forward on the opposite side to your overlapping wing back. So if you set it up exactly the same as me, have your aerial plus person at right forward. Make sure your right centre mid is an out-and-out attacker. Make sure your 2 stay-back centre mids are box-to-box. The middle one can be more defensive if you want them to be. Your right back, go for long ball pass plus if you can get it. And then your overlapping wing back, just make sure they are capable going forward. But if this video does help you out, guys, please be sure to check out the custom tactics playlist, link below in the description, along with episode 1 and 2 of this 100 depth mini-series that we've done. But as always, guys, if you did make it this far in the video, I really appreciate your time. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and turn your bell on. Take care, guys.